there's some trauma that Jake sees within Logan. Holy fuck. I feel like this is a Dr. Phil moment. Holy fuck. Dr. Phil, here we come, man. But holy shit, like Jake's just eating this guy mentally right now. It's like, bro, notice how Jake's super calm. It's like, bro, you've been snaking me low key behind my back for years. And now because of that, karma's hitting, man. That's literally what's happening here, bro. Hey guys, thank you for watching RPD, aka Red Pill Dad, helping men young and old become better husbands, men, and fathers. So today I'm going to be going over the Jake Paul versus Logan Paul video that's pretty much been going viral on Impaulsive. So essentially in this video, we're going to be talking about multiple different things. You know, who's in the right and who's in the wrong, right? You know, is Jake Paul right? Is Logan Paul right? Why are brothers even fighting to begin with, and what the Matrix is actually doing to this relationship completely. So I'm going to play this video. You guys need to be super excited about it because I'm going to give a whole different perspective than what you guys have been seeing on the internet right now. Okay, so let's get into it, guys.
Do you think I would ever ban you from promoting any of your shit at any of my events? That's ridiculous. Wait, that's because of who the partner, the competing partner was for the event. Us 4 times with stipulations, listed out paragraphs. Yeah, get over it. Like, and meanwhile, come on, I'm your brother building. You're my brother building a business. You love to play both sides. Who's the? What's the other side? You play both sides. What side am I playing? You play both sides. What's the other side I'm playing? I'll partner with all of your enemies. Like I have, bro. My life is my life. Your life is your life. If you want to say you love to play both, you love to play both sides. I'm explaining my rationality for one, and it caused issues in our last event when we had.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that Jake brings that up. You're playing both sides of the fence. I actually agree with him on this point. I have siblings myself, and it would definitely hurt if your, brothers just siding with all these competitors. That's just wild. Like, actually, I'll use reference to dynamics. Okay, so those two are probably the biggest brothers in the world right now. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate they're getting up there. I doubt Tristan Tate would do that to Andrew, as Andrew is garnering the most attention. They both have their platforms for attention, but right now, Andrew Tate is significantly bigger than, Tristan Tate. So I think the dynamic even starts off because Logan Paul used to be so much bigger than Jake Paul. And then as Jake Paul's rise to fame got bigger and bigger and bigger, it superseded his own brother. Now you can see there's some element of jealousy towards, obviously, the relationship, right? So Jake Paul's correct. Like, it's convenience. I'm your brother when it's convenient. And then, when it's time for you to show up and get what you need to get, I'm no longer your brother. You're just now going to side with my fucking enemies. No, I agree with that, actually. That's wild. But even deeper than that is, why is this happening? Why is money becoming so much more appreciated than even siblings? Why is the situation ending up like that to begin with? Okay, so this comes from rooted issues in our entire system. So for two brothers who are of the same blood to actually be arguing about, who's getting more attention, who's getting less attention, it doesn't matter, who's making more money. Well, I'm making money because of this, X, Y, Z. That's crazy to me, even to begin with. But this is the reality with a lot of households. Like, you'll see this where selfishness kind of looms greater than having a relationship. So that's crazy that it even started off like this, man, because this is nuts. So I want you guys to understand, like, if you have siblings, you have, brothers and sisters, kind of put the relationship first or ahead of any money. And this is what I kept telling you guys about the other videos that I posted. People put money ahead of people. People put money ahead of people. Like, you guys don't understand how crazy that is. People put money ahead of people. Now we're seeing over their own fucking family members. Okay, that's wild to me, man. We'll get back to this video.
Had other betting partners and drink partners, and you walked out with it with the betting and the drink. Is it so a cause to wear when I'm wearing? It caused
Come on, it's not a. You can't tell me what to wear.
What do you mean?
I'm not what to wear.
Logan, yeah, but if they're paying us, if they're paying us,
fucking second chill.
if they're paying us millions of dollars and they say, hey, but we don't want this person to be doing this stuff at the event with a competing brand.
That's ridiculous. I couldn't bring in a Prime bottle. The Zone, who, by the way, on the Misfits card, KSI's event, promoted the fuck out of your fight against Nate.
So, guys, that's the craziness of this. Okay, it is your brother's event. Your brother's the one garnering all this attention. You do not need to bring advertisement that has been agreed not to be put in the entire fight itself to the actual fight. And you shouldn't be getting upset about that. So, if, let's say, one of my brothers, he's an entrepreneur as well, we're going to an event and I'm promoting some of my products or whatever. And he says, hey, bro, the agreement I have with this vendor is, hey, bro, you can't promote your products because you're a direct competitor with my vendor. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm still coming to see the fight, bro. Like, I don't care. You're my bro. What do you mean? I'm still coming to see the fight. So I don't care. I can put on hold. Like, Prime is on its path to making billions of dollars across the globe. One event will not kill you, Logan. One event won't kill you, man. And I see Jake Paul's frustration because I would be frustrated, whether or not I'm the younger or older brother. That's crazy to me. That's wild because it's very simple. This is a business transaction. I'm the main event. We don't need to garner attention for your brand during my main event. Please be respectful. Just support me, watch the fight, and that's it. But what we get in this ridiculous, selfish society is people saying, well, no, I'm a popular figure across the globe. My brand's Prime is bigger than anything that you have. So unfortunately, I have to put Prime in there because I have to promote the product while your event is going on. Guys, that is divide and conquer tactic. Think about the root of that. Your image is more important than your brotherhood. That is the society we live in, guys. And that's how you guys need to get serious with educating yourself, and you need to get serious with changing your viewpoints. As I said before, there's nothing greater to a man than creating a brotherhood. So if you don't have a brotherhood and you don't live by codes, you don't live by ethics, you'll get this type of relationship. So at the end of the day, these guys have lots of money, but look at the relationship. It's being altered just by perceptions. It's being altered based off decisions made. It's being altered because individuals choose themselves over the bigger picture. So this is what you guys need to see. And this is part of the fucking matrix. This is why you need to swallow the red pill and see the fucking truth. The truth of the matter is, as human beings, we need to work together. If we do not work together, we are against everything. We are against ourselves, we're against our communities, and we're against the system itself. And then the system ends up being against us. The system is self-created. We must take control of the system. This is not control of the system. Like, even looking at the Impaulsive videos right now, I see Prime and I see Celsius. I know Jake Paul signed with Celsius and I see Prime. So there's two competitors. Okay, who cares? Work together. But at the same time, that is a podcast designated, right, to both brothers, and Jake Paul comes on all the time. So that should be fair, open market. It's definitely different than a main event in which millions of dollars are being paid by a company or a vendor. Is very simple to just not bring your product out there. And guys, I wonder, would Tristan Tate do that to Andrew? And would Andrew do that to Tristan? Let's say in the next 5 years, Tristan Tate becomes bigger than Andrew Tate. And that could actually happen, guys. Like, don't underestimate that from happening, okay? So if Tristan becomes better than Andrew, I wonder how Andrew's going to handle it. But I doubt it's going to be to the same degree as this. I think Andrew would handle it very, very, wisely. And I would think he would handle it like, hey, it's my brother. He supported me while I was getting big. Now it's my turn to support him. I think there's a little bit more code of ethics with those two brothers than there is with the Pauls. I have no issue with Jake Paul, actually. I think Jake Paul, to some degree, is understanding certain things in the world. He's getting on the right path. Obviously, he's garnering attention. He'll do whatever it takes to garner attention, but I have no fucking issue with that. That's just a game. But he's not going to go snake his brother for shit. I know that for a fact. But it looks like Logan is very good at manipulating his words. Like, hey, man, we're brothers, man. I wouldn't do anything like that to you. Yeah, when people start using those tones, there's an agenda behind the conversation. But I'm going to get back to the video, man.
Diaz, DAZN was not allowed to promote the Prime card. That's ridiculous. Whose ass was that? It was Nikisa's dude. Nikisa's on your team. He's not on Team Paul. He's on Team Jake. And we're a family. And he knows that. And so, yeah, bro, he doesn't...
Why would I want to promote his event? Give KSI's event?
Because I'm on it. I'm on the
Yeah, but
card.
they could promote you versus Dylan, but you guys weren't even announced yet.
But I'm on the card. We announced that.
Yeah, but this is the thing is like, like you understand why, but then like you just don't want to accept the reality.
No, the reality is the tables were turned. The Misfits event promoted your fight against Nate Diaz, and you refused to promote KSI's fight.
Wait, but if they want to, if the zone is on, if Misfits is on DAZN and they promote our event, that has like, okay, cool.
But our fight is on DAZN too. And by the way, that's super fucking whack of DAZN as well. It's not just you guys. I think it's lame that they yielded to whoever request that was.
No, because it's our event. We're in control of what goes on there. Of course.
I just think it's lame. And also
I'm not gonna promote their event. What the fuck? Why would I do that? That's stupid.
Because they did it to you. And
because I don't know why the fuck they would do that either. Because they're not good at business. They don't have that.
From a business standpoint, I have to completely agree with Jake. Why am I promoting my enemy's event at my event? I don't give a fuck to do that. If they want to go do that, that's their business. But from a strategic standpoint, especially when their entire industry is based on garnering attention, why would I give attention to my enemy unless a fight in the future is coming up? So that's the only time I would probably do it and be like, hey, you know what? Promote KSI's fight is like, hey, you know, this fight's going to lead to our main event, which is another fight. But it seems ridiculous that Logan doesn't understand, bro. Like, this is not about you, man. This is about your brother. This entire day, this entire event is about your brother. It's not about you. But this is how these guys survive, man, is by undercutting each other and just, you know, figuring out ways to make money in times where it's not warranted to make money. Like, making money is one thing, and then garnering attention is another thing. And they both correlate. But the problem is if you don't understand how to mitigate attention, what happens is it starts affecting your ability to produce money, and then it starts affecting your relationships, right? It is critical. I've had to learn this lesson myself, you know, as I went through my career. Sometimes not all attention is the right attention. I know some people say, you know, any attention is good attention. That's not necessarily true. And as well, I would argue at what expense? At the expense of your family, your friends, your brotherhood. It doesn't make sense, but I see what the Matrix is actually doing to these individuals. It's a divide and conquer tactic, right? Now, how is Jake going to trust his own brother in the future? They both chose money over their relationship, when they could have had a strong relationship and probably even more money, which they probably don't even realize. If they were to work together, they'd probably have more money than they currently have. And they're doing well. And they could have even more money than that if they work together as brothers, which they've probably done seldomly, but not to the full degree as people started getting bigger and bigger. But I'll get back to the video, guys.
Out in their fucking contract clauses, fucking idiots. That's their fucking problem. Stupid fucks. We're smart, diligent. We think of fucking everything that goes on in all of our events.
If you were really smart, you'd know that we are all doing this. This isn't an or space. It's an and space. We don't have to be competing against each other and
no, because I don't
want their logos and not letting me do certain things and a brand I'm building. Like, bro,
that's the brands. That's the brands getting involved. I have no say in that. I don't give a fuck. But if they request something and they're paying millions of dollars to be the title sponsor.
But the request is this. Your brother can't bring a Prime bottle into the stadium. And if he does, he will be escorted out by security. That's ridiculous.
But you have a Prime card.
Like, guys, is this guy's brain fried? How does he not understand? Jake's sponsors, Jake's team does not want Prime competing with Celsius for ad space. Very simple. Don't bring the fucking Prime bottle. Do not bring the Prime bottle. Prime is one of the fastest growing companies right now. You can spare 3 hours, bro. You can spare 3 hours. I don't care what anyone says. That's extremely selfish. But this is older brother syndrome. So I'll explain this one to you guys where I have older brother where they think whatever they have is supersedes what you have, right? Yeah, it's older brother syndrome. It's kind of a crazy thing. You'll see it if you have older sibling, but especially with older brothers, they feel just because of the oldest that whatever they do kind of supersedes what you do. But that's just selfishness. It's like, bro, it's my event. This is the stipulations to my event. we are getting paid millions of fucking dollars to do this event, okay? And not only are we getting paid millions of dollars, I don't want to hurt our relationship moving forward. So just don't bring Prime to the event. Because let's say there's some legalities behind it. And he does bring that Prime bottle into the event and sneaks it in, does some bullshit. Now, there's a potentiality that, one party or the other could get sued. And then that's going to even cause a greater strain on the relationship. You got to see the future. You got to see what's in front of you, man. Like, I agree with Jake, man, on this one. I think he's absolutely correct. There are some points Logan's making that makes sense, but the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. The intent behind what he's saying sounds good, but I could already see the how that's going to lead to further hatred amongst the brothers. I'm going to get back to this video.
Coming up soon. Obviously,
Why do you care so much about like?
Let me pose this question.
Why do you care? What do you care more about? Going to my event or having a Prime bottle in your hand?
I care that it was such a big deal for your team that I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar business, and your team, who I see every single day,
At whose event?
an issue with it.
At whose event?
Your event.
Exactly. My event.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, exactly. So respect what's going on at my event.
And I did.
Okay.
I thought it was ridiculous.
Okay. But that's just the name of the game. It's business.
And you have a Prime card coming up. If you walked in with a Celsius headband to it, you probably would say that's unacceptable.
Look, you're getting paid millions of dollars by Celsius. Yeah, they're our competitor, but like, dude, come on. We're all,
But if you but if you request it, if it's different because I'm not in control.
who signed the contract? And if they did, was there a contract that said, was I in the contract that was?
Yeah, I don't think Logan understands. Jake's not in control of the decisions of Celsius. Jake does not own Celsius. Logan owns Prime. Him and KSI own Prime. Very fucking simple. Jake is coming from a position of not having control over the brand itself. Logan has control over his ability to move and do whatever he wants. So Jake's saying, hey, bro, I don't have control over the situation. I love you, but I can't have fucking Prime Ball. Very fucking simple. But again, selfishness lingers. The biggest plight amongst humanity is being selfish. But we're going to continue, man. We're going to continue.
Was signed.
I don't know.
Celsius.
I don't know.
Because that's fucked up. You can't sign it on behalf of a third party.
No.
The way that we got text from Marcos sure sounded like someone signed a contract that said Logan Paul, if he shall come to this event, will not have Prime. You can't do that. You can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me I'm going to be escorted out of the venue if I bring a certain thing.
Technically they can.
Technically they can, but I just found it crazy.
I feel like I'm at my friend's house and their parents are fighting. I don't even know what
What's like, oh, bro. So what do we do? What do we do? Where do we go from this? Because I saw this coming.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I.
So I mean, how are you feeling?
What about what?
Just the conversation we just had.
I think you have a lot of trauma to unpack.
Probably.
But I've been wanting to ask all my friends, is Marcos here? I mean, whatever. But like, I've been wanting to like have this conversation with you like a month ago. It's just like camp and you're traveling, etc. But yeah.
Where do you think my trauma stems from?
Do you want me to be really honest?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Like, cause I mean, that's like, we could beat around the bush, or it could just be like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right place.
There's some trauma that Jake sees within Logan. Holy fuck. I feel like this is a Dr. Phil moment. Holy fuck. Dr. Phil, here we come, man. But holy shit, like Jake's just eating this guy mentally right now. It's like, bro, notice how Jake's super calm. It's like, bro, you've been snaking me low key behind my back for years. And now because of that, karma's hitting, man. That's literally what's happening here, bro. That's literally what's happening here. But no, it's crazy to see what's going on in this fucking world, man. Going back to this shit.
Nice to do it.
Yeah, I know there's fucking 20 people watching.
Well, there's more people watching right now also on Impaulsive on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Maybe it's an off-camera conversation because like I think this could be some real takeaways.
Can I just tell you something that's odd and funny to me? It's not funny, but we've had Jake on the show so many times, and there's been so many moments where he's exhibited similar emotions or desires to argue on the show or whatever, and then we've come down to this need to unpack his trauma. And it's weird to now kind of like watch the brothers in like different seats saying like, yo, there's some stuff that you need to look into. Also, it's not saying anybody's right or wrong. Like you guys are just talking about stuff, but at the end of the day, you're brothers. At the end of the day, you guys, I don't need to fucking tell you that.
I also think
you fucking love each other.
Always.
But But that's where I get confused though of playing both sides, because you love to play the brother card when it's like convenient, but then it's like, oh, I want to go like I want like my get back at Tommy Fury, and you're like, no, I need to do my career. I need to do. I've been sitting on the sidelines. You're taking all these fights.
Fucking facts. As I said before, he's being a brother when it's convenient, and then he's, going in on some of these opportunities kind of behind and undermining Jake. This is crazy. That's kind of what Andrew Tate was saying about this Logan Paul dude. He's kind of a fucking snake. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. And then he realizes, oh, like, I'm actually hurting a bunch of people. I'm sorry, but sorry is too late sometimes, man. Sorry is too late. Like, you could see how much this is hurting Jake, like how much Logan undermines him. It's fucking crazy, man. Crazy. But that's the world we live in, where brothers don't have any. I wonder if you could do this like 200 years ago. Brothers moving this slimy and get away with it. I don't know, man.
For me, like,
Does that worry you at all? That
this is his, that when I'm like,
space?
wait, but I'm your brother. Then you're like, no, you're not.
I do this based on balance as best as I can, because we're in a space where we're going to overlap. There's not that many us's walking around in this combat space, right? It's me, you, KSI, maybe Tommy if he's in the conversation, but there's going to be overlap, right? Nate was a part of the conversation for a second. You got it. I yielded. Even with JJ, I wanted Tommy. JJ and I talked about it. He said he wanted Tommy. All right, I yielded. I'm tired of fucking yielding, bro. I want to get back in the conversation. And at the end of the day, if you want to fight Tommy Fury again, fucking fine, right? I respect.
So guys, he just said it. He gave up his hand. I just want to get back into the conversation. So you're willing to undermine your brother just to get back into the conversation. So you see how this is kind of a selfish way of looking at how to get to the next stage. Like, this is crazy to me that somebody would actually do this just to get where they need to get to. Like, this is your bro, man. Just fucking chill out. Just chill out. This is your brother. How difficult is it to chill the fuck out? It's not difficult. Crazy, guys. Cray fucking Z. But he gave up his hand. He gave up his hand. He says, I just want to pretty much be recognized again. I just want to get back out there. I want my fame again. Bro, you're in like the WWE. You're doing so many different things. It's like you're trying to steal Jake's limelight and just make yours so much bigger just so that you can have something over your little brother. I've seen this 1,000 times. No coincidence, but why is this happening? What is the Matrix doing to people to make that happen? Okay, if attention is our new currency, you got to be worried about people who want to garner attention. You have to. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And those are fucking facts. So the more attention you get, the more you actually have to work on yourself in terms of personal growth and development to weigh and control how much attention you're garnering. And that attention will get to your head, as you see within this conversation. When you start losing it, you're going to start doing some shit just to get it back. Crazy.
That you want to be the boxer in the family and you have this career that you want to pursue. When can I fight Tommy fucking Fury, dude? When can I do that? Ever?
I just think like the storyline is there. Like, we started off, like, got a contract, like, made it all happen. It's a massive event. My plan was Nate Diaz for years. And then, like, you kind of go away in the fight world and then you like pop back up all of a sudden and are like, I'm ready again. But
yeah.
And it's like, doesn't necessarily like work like that, I guess. I don't fucking know.
No, that's fair.
But I go for Tommy. Nate was already on the back burner. Boom. It just happens. The deal comes together.
You're gonna go for Tyson.
It's like,
I do MMA with Tyson.
well, just like conversations like with Floyd, like, that's a fight that you got. Like, who cares? Like,
Why did you fight Floyd?
why wouldn't I?
I think you could beat him.
After we tried to make it happen, he's just a nightmare to deal with in business. Like,
Don't say.
not professional at all.
No,
Yeah, why would he do it?
nah.
So-
Because you could also get a much healthier percentage than I did. I got fucking gypped in that fight.
So this conversation changes dramatically after he wins this next fight. In my eyes, the answer to this question is why can't I? Why can't I? Why can't I? Once he earns it, he has much more to fucking bring to the table. Like put a man down, come back and say, yo, this is my next fight. This is my next fight. This is my strategic plan in how I want to move in the boxing space. And then all of a sudden you guys.
I actually agree with that. Just earn your fights, earn the right to, make these requests, right? Jake Paul is earning the right to do all these things. As you've seen, as his career has turned out, he's getting so much attention that's so much bigger than Logan that, like, Logan's just getting jealous of it. That's all I'm hearing from this conversation. Crazy.
Let's have a conversation. This has been this has been his lane, his dedication, his dream, his drive, everything. And so like, I get it. Like similarly to you in WWE or with Prime or whatever it is, having somebody then come up to you as you're on this route to guaranteed strategic success that you're dumping your entire fucking life into and be like, yo, I'm gonna come back in now. I can understand why he has defenses there. I understand it. But
yeah,
once
and it's like trying to like even snipe the Tommy Fury fight like after I lost to him, like right there on the spot, versus like letting the storyline play out, like you versus KSI. You draw, boom, let it play out, let it see what happens. Like,
I mean, bro, obviously my initial instinct after that loss was like, let me avenge my brother. I don't think that's insane to think that.
I like that fight. I love that fight. I actually love that.
This guy is a genius manipulator. By changing the narrative, you could tell he has older brother syndrome. It's like, hey, man, I'm just fighting Tommy Fury just to avenge my brother, man. It's not about me. It's about avenging this family. Fucking bullshit. Absolute garbage. Yeah, guys. I don't know. But this is why, like, some of these influencers, I don't know why you want to be them, apart from the money part. They're corrupted inside, man. Their levels of salesmanship is world-class, man. That is just selling the world on crap. Man, I just wanted to fight this guy to avenge my family, man. I don't want anyone disrespecting my family name. That's probably not how this guy really rolled. Absolute garbage. I'm almost sick and tired of this video, guys. Like, I'm almost sick.
Storylines incredible.
I love that fight.
It's good. It writes itself. I get you want a rematch. I totally get it. And maybe I was a little late on Tommy. Actually, no, I wasn't, because I gave it to JJ. I was being a good fucking partner, and I'm he's active, I guess. I don't know.
Is he more active than?
But I want to make something clear, because there is this narrative online, and you're supporting your brother's enemies. Like, dude, you're living your life. You're your own entity, and so am I. And we have a lot in common. We are also
That's a fucked statement to make. Oh, you're your own entity. Oh, so you could do whatever you want. I could do whatever I want, man. Number one rule, man. You are your brother's keeper. Doesn't matter. You're the older brother. You need to lead by example by, doing business deals with your brother's enemies. That's not an ideal situation to be in, especially when that the beef is real. It's not camera beef. Like, this is real beef. So I don't get the statement being made here. Like, this is what I'm telling you guys. There's no more loyalty. There's no more respect amongst peers. Bro, even brothers are against each other. The Matrix is real, guys. What it does is it makes every single individual actually act against each other. And people don't even care anymore. Like, they genuinely just don't care. It is like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing my own thing. Like, the level of selfishness has become so great that it alters the trajectory of a family. And this is how, people end up not being close. This is why you really got to admire Tristan and Andrew Tate's relationship, because they figured out how to remain loyal to each other, whether it be females interrupting that, making money interrupting that, garnering attention, interrupting that. And they've been able to stay close with each other, man. So you really got to respect the relationship. And these, like, especially Logan Paul, he's not somebody I would look up to if you're a young man. Yeah, he makes a lot of money. I respect his hustle. But if I was going to go for core values, belief systems, and foundation, as I entered the twilight of my years, I just wouldn't follow anything that he's doing. Jake just seems a little bit more honorable. To be honest, from what I've been getting over the last few years as he's grown into a man, he just seems a little bit more honorable. But yeah, crazy.
extremely fucking different. If I had a beef that ran its course with someone and I don't want to have that beef anymore, and I actually get along and like this human, I want to build something. If I grew up loving Dana White and the UFC and I get a chance to I'm going to take these opportunities, and I'll always be a ride or die, no matter what. But I don't know if I always have to yield and bend my personal ways, because we are...
See, that statement doesn't make sense. How can you be a ride or die, but then take any opportunity that presents itself? That's not ride or die behavior. Ride or die behavior is like, my nigga, I'm with you. I'll do whatever it takes. I want our relationship to be, solid. I'll turn down opportunities just to keep our relationship good. Not the other way around. Not, hey, I'm ride or die, but I'm going to take any opportunity that comes my way. We live in an opportunistic world, but the problem is living in an opportunistic world is you can be easily corrupted by the devil. You can be easily corrupted by the Matrix. You can be easily corrupted by evil. So if that's your approach, guys, towards life, the problem is you can be easily influenced and you can't be trusted. You are therefore an agent of the Matrix. This guy is full on agent. Full on agent, bro. Like, you guys need to see this. Stop admiring these individuals. It is a psyop. They want you to admire this behavior so that you replicate it, because human beings are designed to replicate behavior. So if you're watching this and you think that, oh, this is just a conversation. No, this is bigger than just a conversation. This is psychological manipulation, okay, to have you act a certain way towards all situations. So you really need to see this, and you really need to think beyond what is in front of you. And you have to take this fucking seriously, guys. Have to, man. You have to, okay?
Brothers, and that's the sole reason.
But this is exactly what I'm saying. You're literally painting the picture of you are playing both sides. When it's convenient for you,
faulty comparison.
But when it's convenient for you, we're brothers. But then when it's not, you do the exact opposite of like, but we're completely separate. So like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do as well.
I'm building a business.
Very simple. I tell my guys, anybody who fraternizes with the enemy is therefore the enemy. Does that make sense? You can't play both sides of the coin, man. It is literally pick one side or nothing. A man cannot be trusted sitting on the fence. Who do you think owns the fence? Evil. Evil owns the fence, okay? I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Evil. Flip it backwards, live. Those who do not live become evil. Very fucking simple. So if you're on the fence, that's a form of not living. Living is making a decision. As I said before, we live in a binary system. It is yes or no, true or false, loyalty or disloyalty, okay? Good and evil, God and the devil. It's very fucking simple. When you try to be like, yeah, well, I'm a good guy, but I'm doing dark shit, it doesn't add up, and therefore, by default, you end up on the fence. And if you're on the fence, we already know where you're going, guys. So Jake Paul is correct. His brother's on the fence. And by him playing on the fence, he's by default against him. Guys, if you have friends that are on the fence, like, man, well, I'm going to talk to this guy. I know we have a great relationship, but, this guy hasn't really done anything to me. Bullshit. Like, that's the problem. There's a bunch of that, especially where I live, man. I see that all the fucking time. It's like, bro, you are a snake. You are my enemy. If you're friends with my enemy, by definition, you are my enemy. Because what? We have an argument, and then you go tell my enemy everything that just happened in the argument. You're my enemy. You're spy nigga. You are against me. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that card at all. It is make a choice, live with the choice, live with the consequences, and live by the fucking sword. Very simple. Fastest way to become a man is to make your decisions and live with them. By being on the fence, you're not actually making a definite decision. You are playing the fence, and therefore indefiniteness occurs, and with indefiniteness leads to pure evil, leads to indecisiveness, and leads you to the wrong path. Does that make sense to you guys? How we end back to this video, man.
But that's what I'm saying. You play both sides like very well, like extremely well.
To me, it doesn't feel like I'm playing both sides. And maybe that's why you're saying I do it extremely well, is because that's just the reality of the situation, and people can see that both sides. You're Jake Paul. I'm Logan Paul. We are different people. We have different interests. We have different friends.
But then but even just 15 minutes ago, then all of a sudden you're like, but we're brothers.
And we are brothers. That sentence can end with, and we are brothers, yes.
But where does that rank? Because sometimes you let it rank down here, and sometimes you want it to be number one when it's convenient for you.
That is a great question, guys. Where does the relationship rank? So if you're getting into a relationship with other individuals, you need to see, okay, does my prosperity rank above everybody in my life? Does it rank above my wife? Does it rank above my kids? Like, you have to put rankings towards things. People's like, oh, well, I could do both. Well, you can mediocrity, or from a mediocre perspective, do both. But if you want to be definite, you need to start ranking things of importance. And if I list my brother as, number one on my importance above money, well, then you're going to have a better relationship with your brother. It's just very simple, right? And I like how Jake questions him. He's like, bro, so where does our relationship rank? Because now it seems as if you're taking your opportunities above our relationship. And I've organically just garnered attention without trying to enter your realm or affecting your relationship. But crazy, man. Crazy.
Prime can't go into the building. We're brothers. When you want to partner with Dana White and KSI, you're your own entity.
I think when we as brothers no longer become additive to each other, and it feels like you or I are trying to take from one another, and I don't believe I've ever tried to take from you, whereas you, I feel like, have tried to take from me, at least maybe not you, but maybe your team. That's when I feel
But
like it falls apart.
like this being in Netflix documentary, like millions of views, me starting the documentary saying I'm drinking Prime, me posting about Prime as soon as it launched, carrying it around everywhere with me until I got a deal.
No, and I appreciate.
So it's
I
like,
appreciate
I
all
don't-
of it. But like the stadium thing rubbed me the wrong way. And but do you
But
get what I'm
rightfully
saying?
so, because if there was a #1 sponsor, like let's say Nike was sponsoring the event and was like, hey, Logan's going to be on camera, can he not wear Adidas? Then it wouldn't piss you off.
From a business standpoint, that makes sense, Logan. It does.
I
The person that's going to get the
Legit facts. That is crazy that he said that. He's like, if it was Nike who told you you can't wear Adidas, you would do it. But the fact that I told you don't, or my team told you don't bring your fucking Prime in there, it's now an issue. Crazy. Because you would have done it for sure if you got a Nike deal. That said, Nike's like, no, I don't want Adidas there. Like, oh yeah, no problem, sir. Yeah. We're more than happy to cater to that. But this is what I'm telling you guys. People are putting business over their brothers. And it could be anybody, any close relationship. People will do this. And why do you think the world is the way it is? Why does this space even exist? Because the Matrix is designed to divide and conquer. You are a slave. Understand that. In order for slavehoods to continue, we cannot communicate and we cannot plan to get out of this slavery. You guys need to understand that. They don't want you to get out of slavery. If you work together, the likelihood of you getting out of slavery is significantly greater. This is a tactic deployed from the Matrix in which you can see it in real time that is happening right before your guys' eyes, man. So you guys got to take this shit seriously, man. You guys think it's a fucking joke out here, man. It ain't sweet. You got to look at all avenues, all aspects, see who's with you and see who's against you. Your circle is going to be small. And they'll do everything in its power to stop you from meeting other men, other great men to help you on the journey because they want this. They need this. Wow, man. Wow.
the most attention in the arena besides Jake is you showing up.
I don't want. My identity is my identity. My
Yeah, but you can.
pursuits and passions and business.
Well, you can certainly press pause on it for. You can certainly press pause on it for one night to just support Jake and then walk out.
Yeah,
and I understand that,
and I absolutely will.
and you did.
But do you see what I'm saying? Is anything I'm doing hurting you
That sometimes, yes, it causes issues because of my brand partner, yes.
because of your brand partner?
Yeah.
You know how many times Barstools hit me up and said, "Yo, don't fuck with Better." And even if they did, I'd say that's my brother's business. He's building it and just trying to a big company. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
And owned IP are like you in my eyes, like if there was ever like a question of where the yield ends up, like it would go in honor of Prime or.
But they don't ever say like, don't fuck with Prime, this. It's just like, there's literally like, they've made 2 requests in this whole entire relationship. It's literally don't have Prime in his Impaulsive shot and don't let him bring it to the stadium and make it in all the shots.
It's reason in my eyes from brand side, it's reasonable.
I think I started this because I'm the one who brought up the Tommy stopping.
Well, you just fucking got them through 8 months of fucking therapy. So
I know. Well, look, when it comes to the fighter thing, I think you guys both need to have that blind confidence that you're going to be the best. And if you don't have that, then you probably shouldn't be a fighter. You should think that if you go through a training camp and you give it your all and you're at your best, you should be able to beat anybody that's in your weight class. And that's normal. You guys should respect that about each other.
So guys, my conclusion to this video, as I said before, I probably think Jake Paul has the upper hand in this conversation. I think Jake is correct. Logan's being a slime ball, trying to get his way. It's all stems from jealousy, to be honest with you guys. But you guys got to look at the relationships you have. You need to look at the relationships you have and see, do I want this relationship with the people around me? Is what I'm doing more important than my family, my friends, my colleagues, whatever it may be? Do you guys want this relationship? It's up to you to decide. This is a great kind of video to look at and see, man, okay, what are the relationships I have in my fucking life? And do I want this type of relationship just for fucking money? You can have all the money in the world. If you don't have good people around, you're fucked. You are fucked. You see it all the time. If you don't have good people around you, you're fucked. You don't have loyal motherfuckers around you, you're fucked, man. This world will eat you and swallow you out, man. It doesn't give a fuck. As I say before, I said this many times, life is amoral. You must bring morality. RPD out, man. Till next time, guys.